Did you hear me in the background?
No.
Oh, okay, because I was humming the song, and then I looked up, my mic was off mute, and I was like, "Oh, well, wait, did they hear me back here doing my whole like?" I was like, okay, and you just came in like super like pixel. I was like, "Oh,
Oh man,
great.
that song, like that hard hitting rock beat, that sticks in my head. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Back to Work. This is our final Back to Work of 2023. This
Yep.
is Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment, home to fan controlled football, fan controlled racing, soon to be many a fan controlled sport in 2024. News leaked last week. Season 3.0 of fan controlled football will be coming in hot. Literally hot in summer of 2024. So stay tuned. I heard it, but I might have been hallucinating. It's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Now, Leighton, did you walk the stage this weekend, correct?
No. It's on Wednesday.
It's on Wednesday. That's what I thought. I thought you had said it. Okay.
Oh, it's okay. I keep thinking it's tomorrow. No, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday. Yeah. What time of day are we've decided not to live stream it?
Yeah. It's 10 a.m. Eastern time. Found out my barber's in Houston. So now I have to if I have to be at the graduation by 9 a.m., I have to get a cut at 7:30 in the morning.
Oh,
because he's out of town today and tomorrow. So
oh no.
Yes, we are, Lucas. Oh, sorry.
Lucas Captain. Yes. If you are a football player and would like to play, we are recruiting players for season 3.0. And just wait to some of the announcements, some of the stuff that's going on in 2024. I promise it's gonna be really cool. Something special. Peanut, by the way, tell me there's going to be an FCF team in Virginia. I cannot tell you that, but I also cannot tell you that it won't be.
Now, technically, what he could do is get himself and his friends. They can create a backyard league and have a fan control football team, but instead of using an app, they write on Post-it notes and they have to pass it down the aisle like it's church.
Fans called it, yeah.
And they collect and
I mean,
it'd be the longest football game ever, but
the app will eventually have the ability. We can just set up cameras wherever and fan control anything we want to.
Yeah, fan control, like family Thanksgiving turkey bowls.
Yeah, done. Wait till my uncle one year punched my cousin. Oh man, that was hilarious. They're about the same age, but it got heated. One of those families, like where the kids were like a bunch of kids, you know what I mean? So uncles became you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like uncles were the same age as cousins.
I'm your uncle. Okay, and that whole thing. Yeah.
Exactly. Lucas Cap 22, Johnny Football needs to come back. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Will he? We don't know. Did he even show up in season 2? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes. And one of the greatest highlights ever was him calling plays with the fan, him not actually playing football.
Okay. I need a Bubby Ball jersey. You see this Bubby Ball Peanuts comment?
I will do that with my special needs sports league called Buddy Ball. Fan control. Yeah, I'd like it. Yeah.
I've come to a conclusion I might actually be dyslexic. I said Bubby Ball and it's Bubby.
Yeah. The Steelers had a quarterback in the 80s named Bubby Brister. That's a real person. Yeah.
Was Bubby his nickname or his government name?
I don't know that. I've never looked in, but I would imagine it's a nickname. I don't think governmentally on his birth certificate it says Bubby.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to see OVO Ghost. OVO Ghost, where you're still in a hole. Back-to-back losses to teams with 2 wins.
I intentionally didn't text you or him about the game.
Oh my God.
I intentionally did not. No.
We will get into it. Walter Andrew Brister the third. But they call him Bubby. That's a tough look. That's a tough look.
It's a Bubby.
Yeah.
Walter. How do you get Bubby from Walter? Huh?
Or Andrew.
Yeah.
I mean, Wubby would be better. Yeah, Freddie Emerald. They should have called him Wob. Yes. Anyway, this is our last Back to Work of 2023. We're gonna go through some of our favorite things of 2023 at the end of the show. We'll talk some NFL. We'll talk some college football. The Army Navy hitting the over on a walk out of the end zone safety, just incredible.
Come on,
that's what Vegas is made of. That's what Vegas is made for.
Yeah.
So Anyway, here we are. I got a weird text. You know when you get a weird, like you were doing one thing, but and then I got a text from somebody that we work with, and I was like, God, I gotta read these stupid sons of bitch. You know, and it just throws me friggin' off.
Right.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is I haven't been this tired on a Monday. I don't know how people do it. I watched my brother's kids this weekend. He has four of them. And one of them wasn't there, but he's like 12. So you don't even have to watch that one. I had two of the younger ones, an older one, and I had my daughter. So it was 4 total kids.
Oh, yeah, you had Chuck E. Cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amanda and I did it. Dude, it is instant. I asked Amanda midway through the day. I was like, do they have drive-through vasectomies that I can get? Because this is insane. Okay. This is insane. Anyway, unbelievably crazy weekend in football. I want to start right here, right now, Leighton, with what everybody's talking about. Everybody is talking about this. Is the Kadarius Toney lined up offsides, and the Chiefs could have been winning on a Music City Miracle like lateral from Travis Kelce to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this right now.
Okay.
Stop blaming the refs on stupid people.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kadarius Toney hasn't caught many passes all year. In fact, he's dropped a lot of them. Okay.
So drop.
You have been playing receiver since we can assume your youth.
Yes.
Okay. Right. From Pop Warner all the way through. Okay. This is a basic thing. You know where to line up. You can see. It's not some imaginary thing that like we just willy-nilly. You see where the ball is. You just look down the line and you put your foot behind it.
That's the whole reason why receivers do that whole thing to the to the ref. They look over, thumb up. All right, cool.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. That's all you had to do. That's all you had to do.
And here we are listening to Patrick Mahomes.
Sounds like Kermit. I'm here.
Well, he sounds a little like Kermit. Okay. I don't understand why. And then Andy Reid out of breath, like mid cheeseburger, yelling about the refs. Be better about telling your players and the people that you play with Leighton, it's not pass interference. Okay. It's not. This is an obvious penalty that is not called all of the time. The ref's not going to.
That's why I couldn't listen to Patrick Mahomes' interview after the game. I couldn't. It's because bonkers. you were choosing to not call your teammate out.
Yeah.
When you easily could have said, hey, we just got to play better.
Yeah.
That was a fundamental mistake, and we can't make those mistakes if we're going to try to get back to the Super Bowl. That's all he had to say. That's it.
Instead, he attacks the refs. Andy Reid attacks the refs that you should have told Kadarius Toney he was lined up offsides. I'm sorry. They're not his parents.
No. I'm pretty sure his parents texted him and was like, hey, all those times we had you running routes in the backyard. You remember when I spray painted the line in the backyard? Yeah, that was the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
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 It was a fundamental mistake.
If this is like, and by the way, Leighton, this penalty doesn't happen often. I'm not sure how much football you watch, but we both watch a lot of football.
Yes.
Okay. And this doesn't happen often. I don't think it's happened to the Steelers all year, and our offense sucks.
We don't have that issue, and we can barely target our receivers.
Correct. Okay. The entire NFC South NFC South has a losing record, and that's not happening that often there.
No, it's not.
What in the actual is going on?
The position that usually has that issue is defensive ends.
Yes.
Or like if a safety is coming in, they false start. Like those are usually the ones that have those issues. Yes. You might have a tight end, maybe, but in most cases, offensive players don't have an issue of lining up offsides.
Yes. Yep.
You're the offense.
Let's see what the chat has to say. OVO Ghost, he did it all game. I love Mahomes whining to the ref like he didn't have 2 downs left after the penalty to get the job done. LOL. Gotta wonder if Kelce wanted to do that because Frank Wycheck just passed. I don't know if Travis Kelce thinks like that far ahead or in that. Well, the Chiefs get the benefit of the doubt more often than not. So quite rich for the star QB and head coach to whine and cry about penalties. That probably happens a lot too. You guys are absolutely right, but I can see where the Chiefs are coming from in terms of wanting consistent reffing. But what is the inconsistency, Freddie? They were on the wrong end of the non-call against the Packers. Now they got a call against them that they deserve, but believe they should have been warned for. I mean, how often are refs warning receivers to take step back? Is that
Yeah.
like not all refs have to do that, right?
No, because then the Bills could say, "Oh, that's favoritism." You gotta let the game play.
Thank
Let the
you.
game play out how it is. Yeah,
Yes.
that's
Hey,
interference.
hey, Kadarius, it's your friendly ref Dave over here. Just wanted to let you know you're lined up offsides again. Just don't let it happen again, would you? Hey,
Hey,
hey, Kadarius, we're all on the same team here. Okay,
hey,
we're all on the same team.
hey,
I
Chiefs
want you to
Kingdom, right?
win. You want me to ref?
Chiefs Kingdom, right? Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
We're gonna need you to just take a step. That's not the referee's job.
No, they're not gonna do that.
And guess what? I hate to say it, Freddie. Anybody in chat, refs mess up all of the time. Every
That's
single game, there
all
is
they're
a
about.
crappy call, multiple
Mhm.
crappy calls. Human error is a part of the game, and until, which I hope never happens, robots with the AI vision are reffing games, and they get rid of referees altogether, and it's all done via
Nanobots.
laser pointer. Okay, this is still going to happen,
Yeah.
it's listen. The Steelers kind of got hosed on Thursday. Multiple teams. It happens every freaking weekend. Lining up off sides is not pass interference. That is on the player. You can see where the defensive guys are. OVO Ghost, they're supposed to give a warning to the coach or player at least once before they call it. Dan on NFL Network has a clip of him doing it every snap. So he was just tired of warning him.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy. Jonathan Peck, the other end with the Chiefs. If they keep this up, we might see an in-season collapse for the Chiefs, just like the 2018 Steelers. Wow, taking shots. The Broncos are one game. The Broncos are one game back in the division. Yeah, the Broncos, talk about a glow up, man.
Yeah. He also really slid that Steelers thing in there.
I mean, I tell you what, Jonathan Peck, what did I ever do to you? I'm constantly nice to you in the chat every show. What the heck?
Oh, no warnings were given, but Tony never checked either. Oh, okay, so it's his fault too. Well,
Tony.
catch him in the playoffs.
I mean, listen, the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs. They'll get their stuff together. It's the Chiefs. Yeah. Everyone, even with the people freaking out about the Eagles, I love the overreaction because 2 weeks ago, everybody was like, the Eagles are the greatest team in football. 2 weeks later, yes, their defense isn't great. And yes, listen.
Now we're talking about Dak Prescott as the MVP.
You want to talk about that?
Do we want to talk about that? Do we want to dedicate a segment to the Cowboys?
I will say, and I texted Sorab Fruity and Cyrus Fruity, two of our, Sorab's our CEO, his brother Cyrus Fruity. They love the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And last night, as I'm watching the Dallas Cowboys, I texted him. I said, as a Steeler fan, my entire lineage, my heritage would hate that I'm sending this text, but like the Dallas Cowboys look really good.
They looked good. There were some throws Dak threw that I was like, oh, you weren't even doing that in college.
No.
Shout out to Turpin, man. Turpin's doing his job in Dallas, so that's been great to watch.
Turpin, when he was like the second or third play, he had that end around. He looked so fast. He is so fast.
So fast.
If he had a little more size, I mean, he wouldn't be as fast, but he would be Darren Sproles like, right?
Yeah.
Darren Sproles was the fastest man that weighed 230 pounds and was 5'4". Like that guy was so little and so fast and so big. You can't stop a bowling ball.
Yeah, he was a tank. Like, yeah.
Woody the Duck, hard to believe Dak is an MVP. I'm going to put a poll up. Should Dak win? It's not will Dak win because that's not a pick. I want to get a poll. Should Dak win MVP? Peanut FCF, Turpin the most successful player post FCF stint? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, hands down.
Yeah. I mean, you listen, I know CFL is nowhere near as big as the NFL, but what Quantez Stiggers did in the CFL this year
is true. That's
awesome. Rookie of the year. I mean, listen, Turpin's doing great things.
No, I would go as far as say Stiggers. Because if we're saying successful, like, are we looking at just where they're playing, or are we looking at what they're doing where they're playing?
Yeah.
If we're doing the latter, I think you have to give it to Stiggers.
Yeah. Turpin, like as soon as he got out of the league too, he like stopped texting people back. It's just one of those things. Like I think. Hello.
You're looking for.
I mean, without the FCF, Cavante Turpin doesn't get a season in 2020, and he doesn't get a look from a lot of those leagues. Listen, I understand that there's people that may not. I don't know what happened with Cavante Turpin with FCF, but there's a lot of people that unless they're in the NFL, are not going to thank a lot of the people that got them there and some of the
That's
leagues
true.
that they played for and had to do it.
Yeah.
And listen, Cavante's not the only one that has done it. But Stigger still replies to me in text all of the time. He's like, man, I just want, like, he thanks. Stiggers was 20 years old. He'd had a rough couple of years. His dad passed away and he wanted to play football, and he came in and was an absolute stud, and he got some tape, and then he goes
never played college ball either.
No.
Actually, I had a chance to meet his high school coach here in Atlanta.
Okay.
And that was his concern at first. He was like, man, I don't know if he's prepared to play on this level. Like, I know what you guys are doing at FCF, but I don't know if this is going to properly prepare him. Then he does what he does in our league. Then he gets to the CFL, and come on.
Yeah.
Like,
it's awesome.
It translates. Come on.
Put him on the Steelers. He's a ball hawk, right? He's got that. I know where the ball is going to be. He's not the fastest guy. He's not the strongest guy. He's just mentally better than everybody. When he sees the ball, he's a defensive, he's a mastermind. I mean, he had the greatest quote last year in any of the interviews we did when he was like, "Oh man, we got to play Jameel. I hate playing Jameel. He's always running. I'm tired." Yeah.
Jameel's Falcons, we got Scotty Miller now. And I don't know do you know Scotty Miller in the NFL?
No.
So, like, I have a theory. Tom Brady, every time he's won a Super Bowl, he's had like the super fast, kind of short white receiver, right? Scotty was that for him in Tampa. So now we have him.
Okay.
He's a lot like Andrew Jamil. And whenever I see him, I'm like, well, why isn't Jamil on somebody's NFL roster? What's going on?
Crazy.
Like, our coach is just not paying attention, but I feel like there's a position for him. And we should be talking about Turpin, Stiggers, and Jamil right now, all being standouts in the NFL.
I 100% agree. There is like, I hate to say that it's just talent that gets you places, because the NFL is still like there's a lot of who you've been with. I mean, dude, there are coaches that are terrible that keep getting jobs in the NFL. Right. It's dude, listen, nepotism in Hollywood. I dealt with it all the time. There are really bad actors and people that continue to work because their dads are who they are, or their moms are who they are. Right. Yeah. Stand-up comedians that are horrendous, but their dads are producers or got them TV shows, whatever the case may be. A lot of that happens in the NFL too. Right. Yeah. Where it's like, okay, we have this guy. I'm not going to take a flyer on Andrew Jamil, or I'm not going to take a flyer on this guy because I've already got this guy and he's a safe bet. And we know where he is. And maybe Andrew, that there are so many bad teams out there, Leighton.
Yeah.
That take a chance. Like Peanut just referenced it. The Raiders lost 3-0.
Oh yeah, they could use it, Jamil.
3-0. And say what you want. I would get very upset when people would bring this up to me, but like, there were people in Pittsburgh that were like very happy that we re-signed Mitch Trubisky as a backup. Why?
Yeah. Why? There's so much talent out there.
What are we bringing in quarterbacks for that we already know suck? Okay. We already know that, and we'll put them in backup just in case anything happens. Well, guess what? It's the NFL. Everybody's hurt all of the time.
So you know what you're going to get.
If you don't think your quarterback's going to go down at some point in the season, you have never watched football.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, time to put in Mitch. And now people want Mason Rudolph. We know they both stink.
Yeah.
And then you get somebody like Jake Browning, who's like, well, he just needed the right coach, the right offensive mind. Is like, you need to do some hedge betting with your offense to produce the kind of offense that those quarterbacks can succeed in, instead of just being like, this is our system. You either work with it or you don't. Thank you, OVO Ghost. Waste of $10 million. Good Lord.
So is it like you're saying, these coaches, they get these quarterbacks that suck because, like, well, if our star guy falls, we at least know we can suck enough to get a good quarterback in the draft.
Yeah.
That's
It's honestly like, everybody's like, oh, where did Tommy DeVito play? Who cares? If Mitch Trubisky played in North Carolina, he stinks. Tommy DeVito's playing better, if not like the same, if not better football than him. Doesn't matter if you can sling the pill, like, give Mitch Kidd a chance. The dude can just sling the rock.
Right.
He knows where to put the football.
How tall was Mitch again?
5'9", maybe.
Yeah.
He's short. Listen, that's small.
No, but I mean, like, in all honesty, Drew Brees is technically 5'10", 5'11".
Yes. I've stood next to Drew Brees. He's not that tall.
Russell Wilson too.
Correct.
Mitch can play.
Yes.
Like,
Jakey Muffins. I went to college with DeVito as at Syracuse. Did not expect him to make the NFL. LOL. BC Lions. Shout out to the lads. What's up?
what's up?
Yeah. Peanut FCF. Tommy DeVito also doesn't cook his own dinner or clean his own room. That's true. And listen, Italian guys like to live at home with their parents. What can you say?
Oh, okay. All right.
Italian moms make good food. They treat you
Why
well.
leave?
Why leave? Why leave? Jakey Muffins. Eric Dungy was much better than him at Syracuse. Sometimes and Jakey Muffins, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Syracuse has done no football players any favors since friggin' Donovan McNabb.
I was like, Donovan McNabb? Yeah.
Syracuse hasn't exactly like developed talent or kept coaches around, you know?
Yeah.
But I just, you know, catch everything good. Where do you sell FCF merch at? You can go to the website, but currently right now, I believe the shop
I think our shop is closed because we're preparing for season 3.
So, yeah, we're preparing new merch coming in hot. We got a new distribution thing, but download that app and you can get merch for your Fanvatar in the app, and it's adorable. My Fanvatar is crushing right now. OVO Ghost, do you think they ride to the games together? DeVito and his mom? Yeah, I think she drives him there. Why would he pay for parking? His mom can drop him off.
Him after the game too.
Yeah,
with a Jersey Mike sandwich in the car and a Capri Sun. Yeah.
We had school buses in my town, so parents really didn't pick kids up or drop them off at school. But every now and then, I'd have a sporting event, I'd need to get picked up right at school to then get to there because obviously a bus isn't taking me there. And my mom would always have some sweet snack in the car.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah. I know it's awesome. Well, thanks. Catch everything good. We appreciate you. All right. Right now, let's just take away our feelings.
Okay.
General overall feelings. Are you giving the MVP to Dak Prescott?
Yeah. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Yeah. I don't know who else to. Tyreek Hill.
I'm saying here's my hierarchy right now.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill, Brock Purdy, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott. Dude, did you see that pass to Zay Flowers?
No, I did. I think they're trying to push for Dak. Obviously, he's a Dallas Cowboy. So there's going to kind of be this whole he's resurrected the great franchise, and if he can get a playoff win, Even though MVP is more of a regular season award.
It's a regular season thing. All right, so here's because this kind of goes into our discussion about the Biletnikoff and the Heisman and all that kind of stuff, right? Is I hate the fact that those awards are basically figure skating, right? It's a judge thing. It's I like Marvin Harrison Jr. better. I think he's a better receiver. Why do we keep all of the statistics if we don't use them as a general ranking system?
Josh, I literally got into a debate on Instagram with 4 other people about this. And it took it was a 6-hour debate, just back and forth, opening up Instagram. There's a new comment. I started off my comment about the Biletnikoff Award by going to the website and posting what they say on the site. It's a season award. It's about the player's performance in that particular season.
Correct.
The only thing people could give me about Marvin Harrison Jr. winning the award was really his career, how great of a receiver he's been over his career. I was like, it's not a career award.
It's not a career award.
He statistically didn't perform well.
Yeah.
And now we're rewarding him for having a sucky quarterback and playing well.
Yes.
But then the argument is Malik Neighbors doesn't deserve it because Jayden Daniels was his quarterback.
Because Jayden Daniels is that good? You still have to catch the football. Okay. Here's and it doesn't just have to be total receptions, yards, touchdowns. It can be all of those together put into a formula. Okay. Yeah. And then that formula is then given, and here's your number 1 ranked receiver. I'm telling you, it's sort of like the Cy Young. Everybody always who is the best pitcher of the year? Who's the best pitcher? How about you take the ERA, the WAR, his number of wins, his number of strikeouts, his number of innings pitched.
But they don't want to do that. They want to
put it all together, and the numbers don't lie, Leighton.
They want to bring in the narrative. They want to bring in strength of schedule. That's what they want to. That's what they want to argue, right?
Yes.
It was like watching. Have you seen the 30 for 30 about the 1997 Heisman class? Peyton Manning, Charles Woodson, and that whole thing.
There was a 30 for 30 about that one.
Yeah, it was on today on ESPN Plus.
I missed it.
Go watch it. It's amazing.
Okay.
But the whole argument was that the player, I guess the best player that season. Oh, no, they got it right. So the whole narrative was we want to give it to Peyton Manning, right?
Yeah.
He made the decision to stay, go to Tennessee. Can he beat Florida? I don't think he did, but like everybody emotionally wanted to give it to Peyton. But they're like, well, it's been 30 to 40 years since we've given a non-running back or quarterback the Heisman. Charles Woodson's doing the damn thing at Michigan.
Yeah.
Why? Look at his stats. And there it is. And that's how they made that decision. Why can't we do that for every award?
Everything.
Just look at the stats.
Yes. I mean, it just goes, it's the reason there is a 12-team playoff, but also there's too many teams. So like the subjective rankings of college football teams, there's only one thing to do. There's your record and then your strength of schedule, and then people start arguing about it. When it comes to player statistics, there are so many statistics. You could even create new statistics: yards after catch, yards before catch, most routes run, speed. I don't know.
I had somebody tell me Marvin Harrison Jr. deserved it because he blocked.
Then put Hines Ward in the freaking Hall of Fame already.
Really? Because he was blocking as a receiver? Yes, he blocked. He was blocking. Sometimes he had to run the ball. I was like, okay, Malik Neighbors ran jet sweeps. What are we arguing about here? Like, what are we?
Debo Samuel runs routes, catches balls all the time, like that. But you have to be able to do both in order to succeed in football.
There it is.
Saquon Barkley caught a 63-yard touchdown in college. Okay, he's technically a running back. Jonathan Beck, how about passing yards in general? Yeah. Like, there is a reason that every time you look at something underneath, it's like 12 of 14, this many yards, touchdown, interception, right? Then we have 9 million different metrics. There are so many metrics.
Oh, one of them is, well, how many plays did you have to get this done? That was another argument as to why Harrison got it. Yeah. Well, he did this many, he got this many yards in this many plays. Okay, well, he had a better defense.
Yeah.
His offense didn't have to be on the field as much. I mean, LSU put up 49 points and still lost to Ole Miss.
Right. So what you're saying, that argument then, I'll jump off that, is what you're saying is the quarterback has to be better because his defense stinks. Then you give him more awards. Like you give him the opportunity to pass and be the offense. Because guess what? That offensive juggernaut may not be as good.
Exactly.
Jaden Daniels did the thing. Okay. There's not like, okay, when you go to a judged sport, right? Let's just, I put figure skating aside because I don't know enough about it, but I've watched enough.
I was like, how did you bring that example in?
No.
Yeah.
I've watched enough like gymnastics to know, okay, that like there's a degree of difficulty, and Simone Biles' degree of difficulty and how she lands it is unlike any other gymnast. Okay. She does more flips. She does more tricks. She does all of that stuff. So she's performing at a higher level. If she lands all that, she's going to be better than you. Okay.
Right.
This season, Brock Purdy is throwing more touchdowns. Tyreek Hill is catching more and running more. Dak Prescott is doing more. Lamar Jackson, without Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Ravens are.
This kills me inside. You know it does. I have one rule for my daughter. I don't care if she brings home a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever. I don't care. Okay. That's not my thing. It's 2020. It'll be 2044. Who gives a shit? Okay. Yeah. As long as she's not marrying a Geo Prism from 1999. Okay. As long as it's like a human being.
Right.
As long as they are not a Ravens fan. Okay.
Wow.
And, I mean, a bunch of other things, obviously. Like, I don't want him to be neo-Nazi or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
I'm saying. Okay. But Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens are fucking good.
Yeah.
They are really, really good. And this is Lamar Jackson's best season. However, he doesn't play on the Dallas Cowboys. And the entire narrative hasn't been like, hey, Leighton, is he good? Is Dak good?
That's what I don't like about sports anymore. It's about the brands of the teams too. It's like the time when we went to Eastern Conference Finals, no one talked to us because at the same time, the Knicks were doing good. And that's all Stephen A wanted to talk about was the New York Knicks. Sometimes that's what people factor in. It's, is your team in a good market and how many fans do you have and all this other stuff. And it takes away.
Yeah.
What is this?
How How do you not watch pro wrestling if you watch gymnastics, Josh? There's plenty of flips in the ring too. Well, the Olympics isn't scripted. I guess it technically is, but they still have to land it. And also, it's like one dude doing a half-assed backflip covered in baby oil, wearing a Speedo.
Yeah, and a mask at that.
And a mask. Yeah.
It shouldn't really be a family show when you really think about wrestling.
Wrestling, yeah, it's not. Is it considered family entertainment?
Although at the Falcons game we had Goldberg, he literally like body slammed a Buccaneers fan in the end zone yesterday. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Peanut FCS says the stat that Skip Bayless uses the most to guide his delusional takes is QBR, which is the most useless stat ever. Which Freddie then says QBR isn't totally useless. The negative is, hold on. The negative is that the formulation isn't public knowledge, and that's still for a very good reason. What very good reason? Was this like an FBI thing?
I will say QBR is the only thing that could ever help Matt Ryan get into the Hall of Fame because he has a really good QBR.
Yeah.
So
Matt, did we start looking at like total yards of quarterbacks one day and start talking about like where they are? Was that me and you talking about that?
No, we haven't done that yet.
I think it was just me and another friend just looking at quarterbacks and talking about people.
Could have been you in front of a mirror. Who knows?
That's just dudes being guys, being dudes, right?
Yeah.
Just naming random quarterbacks, being like, hey, do they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? And then looking at total yards. Matt Ryan, for all intents and purposes, probably deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's not a first ballot, obviously. But
yeah. Jonathan Peck, here we go. Yeah. Current passing leaders: CJ Stroud, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, Sam Howell, Tua Tagovailoa. Okay.
Wait, did we talk about this? Do you give CJ? I think we talked. Do you give CJ Stroud Rookie of the Year?
You have to.
All right. So then you got to give either Brock Purdy or Dak or Tyreek the MVP. Because that award should go to a veteran.
Yeah. However, if we're looking at most valuable player on a team, CJ Stroud might be the most valuable player.
Yeah.
Because the Texans stink without him. They are bad. I tell you who's not getting the Rookie of the Year, and that would be Bryce Young. I don't want to like that poor guy. Carolina is just like, hey, we don't have an offense or a game plan or anything really, but go out there and really give it your all.
My helmet doesn't fit. Go out there. My jersey doesn't fit. Go out there. Yeah. I feel bad for him. And we got him this Sunday, so.
Freddie Ermel saying, if the QBR formulation were public knowledge, anyone could do it themselves. ESPN protecting their proprietary metric. It still doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, you got anything else you want to talk about in the NFL? You got the Jets?
Oh, I mean, no, other than Joe Flacco just looked like a seasoned average guy like that found a way to win yesterday. I mean,
I feel like we should just only draft MAC quarterbacks from now on, or like D2. Like, give us the guys that threw for so many yards in college that.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, they had no other option. They had the ball out.
Yeah. Freddie Ermel, he's backo. Flacco is backo.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, Cleveland. I'm happy for Kevin. And I would much rather see the Browns succeed than the Ravens, obviously.
Really? I don't know why in my head I keep thinking y'all hate the Browns more than the Ravens.
Well, it's just for me personally, because Kevin is my friend. He's a friend. Like he's a really good human. You know what I mean? I would love to see him succeed. Would I love to see him succeed? Not in Cleveland? Yes, way more. But
would you, if y'all move on from Tomlin, would you say, hey, go get Kevin?
I would love it.
Okay.
Love it. You see what he's able, like Joe Flacco comes in, just like here. Kevin is a quarterback whisperer. He brought the best out of guys like Case Keenum.
Yeah.
Sage Rosenfels. I mean, you know what I mean? Kevin just knows the position and he knows how to work with them. Yeah. One guy in D2 threw for 5,157 yards and 61 touchdowns this year. That's who we need on the Steelers. That's what I want.
Central Missouri. Why don't I know about Central Missouri? Oh,
Central Missouri Mules.
Mules.
I bet that's a good logo. I bet that's a fun logo.
It actually, it's a red mule with some big teeth, and he's angry. He's like,
oh, nice. Wow. Have you seen the Hoosier State Instigator logo yet from our boys, Jake really Muffins? Yeah, we've been putting the pics up on the app. I hope you guys all enjoy that.
Hey, all I'm saying, send us some hoodies.
I would wear a hoodie.
I would wear a hoodie.
I'd rock an Instigator hoodie. Hold on. Zach Zabrowski. That sounds like a Steelers quarterback. Put him, give him the ball. Give him the ball.
Zabrowski.
Let's check out the leaderboard here on a Tuesday. I just closed out some picks. Let's see who's up top here.
Looks like a Disney back.
Download that control app. There are 14 picks currently in there. Jessamolo doing some incredible work on some new graphics. Cool one at the top. Set with 1,754 points. Mir Frank, then Sawtell, then Crypto Wergen, Millefew 1000, D Factor, Nerdy, Mookie 8500. That's an adorkable anxiety. Leighton, do we think Shohei Ohtani deserves $700 million over 10 years? And if the Dodgers don't win the World Series, is this the worst move in the history of baseball?
Knowing yes.
Okay.
Knowing yes. That's my answer. And that's because we don't know if he's ever going to pitch again. So you I was hanging out with I was hanging out with OVO Ghost, and he said it best. We don't even know if he'll be able to pitch ever again. So you really just paid $700 million for a designated hitter.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, can they put him in the field somewhere? Like
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, hitting matters way more than fielding, right?
That's true.
Pitching matters way more than anything.
Yep.
Right? It goes pitching, hitting. Where's Jose Ruckus when we need him?
Yeah. Tell us what to say, Jose.
Yeah. I just from how baseball moves the needle. Baseball moves the needle on a weekly basis about as much as golf does, I think. Probably less.
I would
probably more. Probably more.
No, less. I think.
No, I think
okay.
Go ahead. In certain markets,
I'll say this, Josh. You'll be proud of me.
Okay.
I have way more golf content on my timeline than I have baseball. I'll say that.
Yeah.
So I'll just leave that there. I think golf is more popular right now.
It's definitely more popular for people to play.
Yes.
Like nobody's
out
there.
The stories of the athletes.
Yeah. I think the PGA Tour and golf right now, which, is getting totally splintered by LIV. It'll probably get put back together. Who knows? But right now it's in total shambles. This weekend is the weekend you want to watch, though, Leighton, because guess what? Okay. This is our one time a year
we get to see
Charlie Woods is on TV. And if Charlie Woods is going to be the savior of golf, we just need to make sure that he makes it to the PGA Tour, that he has the same work ethic as his dad, that he becomes Tiger 2.0. Because
would he be the greatest? Could he be the greatest son of a pro athlete ever?
No, because I think you give that to Steph Curry, right?
Okay, let me phrase it better. Do you project his career to be that great to where he could surpass a Curry?
What is he, 14 right now? I think he's a freshman in high school.
We haven't seen much personality from him. He's also, like you said, 14. But I would hope he has more personality. That's the only thing I didn't get from Tiger Woods. Like Tiger Woods was cool. He had like this kind of like quiet confidence, but wasn't like a personality.
Yeah. Man, I the way he plays golf right now, he has the opportunity. Golf is really, really hard. I saw this argument. I think it was on Barstool. It was like, what's harder, being a professional golfer or being a kicker? To which I would...
golfer, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. Kicking a football is hard and kicking field goals is hard. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a very difficult thing to do. But there is no comparison to a kicker. You have to do one thing in kicking. You have to kick the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Golf, you have to putt. You have to chip. You have to get out of the sand. You have to drive it. You have to hit it far. You have to hit it straight.
Yeah.
You have to you have to have 100 different shots in your bag, in the figurative term, in order to play golf. In kicking, you have to kick it that way.
Right.
Okay. If a soccer player,
there's a little challenge, if you got to move it to a hash or not.
Yes,
but
yes.
Either way, it's
that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There is, if a guy can play soccer and kick the football at the same time, it's not as hard as golf. You can't be a professional golfer and do anything else. You have to work so hard at being good at golf. That, yeah. Anyway, Freddie, this is one of my favorites. I love you, Peanut. Your math is a little off here. By the way, Ohtani's contract is ridiculous. The Dodgers could have given every American $1 million and still have money left over to sign Ohtani. Incorrect. They could have given every American $1.
$1.
And still had some left over. You could have maybe given us like $1.03 and still been under the $700 million. Like $1.
They could have given 325 people $1 million.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Correct. They're ready here, Mal. 325 million Americans, and giving them 1 million each would leave you 425 million to sign Ohtani. No, it wouldn't. That's 325 trillion required.
Yeah, that's about how much in debt we are.
Love you guys. Love it. Okay, we got about 13 minutes left here. You want to go over our favorite thing? Wait, yeah. Did we have anything else on here that we didn't get to?
No. Let's go into our favorite things.
Yes,
I have a favorite thing that I want to talk about.
Okay, talk to me about your favorite things.
My favorite thing.
I'm not messing with you. Math's not my strong suit. It's totally. I'm kidding. It's totally good. Totally good.
Fortune bankruptcy sound.
I always feel so bad for the bankruptcy guy on
Wheel of Fortune.
Oh man, they're doing so good. Wheel of Fortune just is hard. It's a hard game. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got? Your favorite things of 2023. What do you got?
Well, the favorite thing I got myself 3D printed. I can't stop looking at me. I have a little me, you know.
I used to.
No, look at me.
It's so good. It's
so good.
It's uncanny. Yeah. The bobblehead is dead. Can we say that? Like the bobblehead is dead.
I don't care about them. Well, so the Braves have been doing a really good job of this. Okay. Like that's one of our biggest spectacles here as Braves fans. Like you go to the game to get the bobblehead. I missed out on all of them last year because we had a really cool one for Outcast. It was both of them in a Cadillac and their heads bubble. Like yeah, I missed it. I missed the game.
That's fire.
Yeah. Other than that, this is the future. Like imagine you go to an FCF game and the guy said like they can sculpt like athletes in like a hugging position and they can place you in their arm. So now imagine you get one of these and you're hugging, T.O. or Johnny Manziel or Andrew Jamil.
Yeah. Jessica asking, where does one get?
It was a youth sports convention that our favorite guy David Handler invited me to.
Okay,
we're walking in, and speak to the fans real quick, Josh. I gotta show you another thing I got from there.
Okay. I had a bobblehead once of myself that my cousin got me for Christmas, and I was hanging out one night and I bumped it with my elbow and it fell and the back of my head broke off and it never.
One year my Christmas gift from my uncle was a Yao Ming bobblehead because he lived in Houston.
Okay.
And it was a Yao Ming bobblehead and a disposable camera. That was my Christmas gift. Yeah, that
nice.
Was yeah. But yeah, it was a youth sports event north of the city that our favorite guy David Handler invited me to. We walk in and there's all these cool vendors. But the coolest one was like this little this old school RV, and the dude was like, "Yeah, you want to get 3D printed?" Like, yeah. Just choose the size. I was like, all right, 6 inches. Cost me a little bit over $100, but it's worth it. Look at it. Look at the detail. Look at my dunks.
Oh, they're so fire.
Also, there was a guy selling replica rings, and I got a Braves championship ring.
So that's pretty fire too.
It opens up and everything. I was like, oh yeah, like $80. I was like, all right. I went to this convention and spent way more money than I should have.
Dang. OVO Ghost got the Acuna bobblehead. Freddie Airmail, once I got a bike for my birthday and I screamed in terror. Freddie doesn't like bikes.
He doesn't like bikes.
FCF, if we're making FCF figures, can we get an FCF figure of Peanut, please? You don't play in the league per se. What I think we should do is if we get a 3D printer guy to come in and do some people, we do like we did with with FCR, is like at the end of the week in a ranking system, if you're at the top, you get 3D printed. That's actually pretty.
Or we could do an actual Peanut.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do it.
Peanut. I love eating peanuts at a baseball park. Catch everything good. Are those real dunks, Leighton? Are they real dunks?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're real dunks.
Yeah. Or Peanut as a peanut.
That would be pretty cool.
Hat on a hat.
It's peanut butter jelly, Freddie. All right. What's your favorite thing to happen 2023?
Let's see. Okay. Favorite thing that happened in 2023. Well, top was, and I mentioned this on the Fan Control Show, the day my daughter stopped calling me Josh and started calling me Dad, Daddy, Dada. That was a big win for me. I want to say, like family stuff, work stuff, all kind of tough this year, but I'm going to do a golf. I'm going to do a golf one here. Okay. So was playing with, it started raining, was playing with some buddies. Okay. And just, one of those days where I was just doing everything right with the golf club. Like everything was going well. And I was basically, I was like 1 versus 2. I was me against 2 other guys. And I step up to 18. I need to birdie 18 to win $250. And I sunk like a 25 footer for birdie, won $250. It was a big win for me. It was a big win. Dude. It was a big win.
Yeah.
It was a big win. You got to take those small victories in competition, Leighton, because at my age and as you get older, the competition is really relegated to sports that won't hurt you.
You just reminded me of my favorite sports moment of this year.
Let's talk about it.
Myself, OVO Ghost, and our girlfriends, we go to this darts place in Atlanta. It's like the Dave and Buster's of darts.
Okay.
And I had like 2 game winners. Right, it's like it's more so like the Top Golf for darts. Yeah. Like there's these little mini games you play. I made like a whole Sports Center reel. It's on my personal IG, so if you want to watch it, it's pretty funny.
Fire.
But I mean, like I felt on top of the world. I did. I was clutch. Just
clutch. I think we talked about this on the show early on because it was like early 2023, I believe.
Yeah.
What was your favorite TV show of 2023? What do you got?
It's between Bear and Beef, and I think I'm gonna go with Beef. Beef was just really good for me.
Huh?
Yeah, Beef was just really good for me. That was fun.
I'm going Primo. I think you would really like Primo. It's a very heartwarming sitcom. It's on Freevee as well. Freevee had like 2 big hits this year with Primo and Jury Duty. Solid work. The Bear, obviously, you can't go wrong. There was a ton of very good TV. Last of Us, all that kind of the Succession finale, all of that, but. For my money, I'd watch that show over and over and over again. Like I put it on. 100%.
Succession was a good point of the year. I really binged all the seasons
of
Succession in like 2 weeks. Yeah. Like we just sat there and just.
It's an easy binge. Can I give you one for the holiday season that you probably won't be able to watch with Ray because it's just karate and boobs? It's a show called Warrior. It's on Max. And it takes place like turn of the century, San Francisco. And it's like battling Chinese gangs in Chinatown and like the Irish cops and the like corrupt mayor. Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's like, it's some really good karate. They are doing some sick kung fu, like hatchets and knives and kicks and punches. It's pretty sick.
All right. Favorite food.
Man. All right. There's a pasta place here called Mezzaluna. Okay. And they made it's like a gorgonzola gnocchi that was fantastic. And then there's a brewery here called Alvarado Brewery, and they make one of the best smash burgers I've ever had. It's a double smash burger, cheese sauce. Oh man. Talk about a hole in one. Just fantastic. What about you? What do you got?
Well, I discovered a Philly cheesesteak spot here in Atlanta that's supposed to be legendary called Woody's. I just went there again today. It's really good. Nice. But there's a Mexican restaurant on my side of town where I'm from called Frida's. I got one of the those big steaming pots that has like the cheese, shrimp, lobster, all of that in there. I finally had one of those. It's like a fajita type seafood thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I mean, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Very few, I don't know, man. It's unfortunate. Like up here, we have good food. We don't have great food. Like when I lived in LA, I feel like I had a lot more great meals, which is what it is, I made some really good food. Like I feel like I perfected the breakfast burrito and the breakfast quesadilla, more importantly, this year on my own. Breakfast being my favorite
quesadilla over burrito.
I don't prefer it, but I feel like I perfected it better. The breakfast quesadilla. Yeah. Peanut FCF. I discovered a Mexican restaurant here in town, and their nacho burrito is delightful. Go on, nacho burrito, he says. Interesting. Top movie of the year, Leighton. I'm gonna go Barbie. I'm saying it straight up. It was the one that I enjoyed the most out of any movie I saw this year. Still haven't seen Oppenheimer.
Haven't seen it. I haven't
I
seen
gotta give a
Barbie
shout out
either.
to Reservation Dogs. You should watch that show. Res
You told
Dogs.
me this multiple times. I keep forgetting.
Man, it's so good. It's really, really good.
Hmm.
How about your top podcast of the year? You got a podcast you listen to religiously that really?
Oh, The Late Kick with Josh Pate, college football podcast. Look, every Sunday, every Tuesday, and every Thursday.
He's fire.
He's fire. He's the best voice in college football, hands down.
Really?
Yes.
What's his allegiance? Is he like an SEC guy or is he?
Yeah, because he's from Columbus, Georgia, but he has no problem looking at you and saying like, "Go to a Big Ten football game. It's the greatest atmosphere." Yeah, he's very neutral.
Yeah. I listened to this podcast called No Laying Up. It's a golf podcast, and it's just 4 dudes, sometimes 5 dudes, and they have their aspect on golf. Their look at golf is very entertaining, but it's not. They're not trying to be intentionally funny just to be funny. They're just the way that they talk to one another, and they're very informative, and they're like very connected into the golf world. So you get the inside info that you wouldn't get from a lot of other pods, and it's like if you want to like learn about golf, Leighton, you want to get into the golf world, that's the one that you should.
No Laying Up. Okay.
Top podcast, The Adventure Zone from our host. Top movie of the year and every year is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. Wow, big Scott Pilgrim fan. Did not see that coming. That's a great movie. It's a very, very underrated movie is what it is.
I've only seen the clips of it. I've actually never seen the whole movie.
What? Oh, it's a good one.
Serious, yeah.
Yeah. It's a high quality movie. All right, and your favorite sports moment of the year, Leighton?
It's hard. Because my Braves piss me off.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Falcons suck.
Yep.
I don't watch the Hawks right now. I just can't.
Jonathan Peck says Oppenheimer and Across the Spider-Verse, both good. I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, but I did. Yeah.
Favorite
top beer right this minute, Freddie Airmail, Great Lakes Haze Craft Hazy IPA. It's a lot of haze in there, Freddie.
Top beer for me might be I really like Allagash. It's a Hefeweizen.
Allagash White, yeah.
But I had the stout. It's the best stout I've had. I'm not a big stout guy, but that was really good.
Did you ever have Maui Brewing's Coconut Porter, the double?
Is it good?
That's next to Guinness.
Sport moment this year, man. That's all right. It might have to be a homer one. It would have to be. It'd have to be Morehouse going 0-9, and then we win our rivalry game, like against our rival who was also 0-9. Like, yeah, that might have to be it.
Peanut, favorite sports moment is it's WWE. Favorite sports moment when my daughter came in a room unprompted to say that the Pirates suck. Yeah, that's the Pittsburgh Pirates, and I'll take that. Yeah. Freddie Airmail discovered Labatt Blue is a very decent beer for its price point. Okay, we'll give you Labatt Blue. I don't drink a lot of beer, to be honest with you. I drink a lot of whiskey, but I only, All right, my favorite sports moment.
Real quick, is it Bullet or Bullet or Bullet?
Bullet.
It's Bullet, right? All right, that's not my favorite.
Yeah, it's good. Bullet's good. The rye is also very good too.
Yeah,
but at the same price point, if not a little less expensive, Buffalo Trace is the better bourbon, in my opinion.
Okay,
yeah, I drink. That's all I drink. I mostly Buffalo Trace everywhere I go. I had a lot of whiskey discoveries this year. I wish I knew a lot of the names. There's just so many, but man, the Weller 10-year was really good. E.H. Colonel was really good. There's this Oak Hill double barrel. Son of a man. I wish I have written some of these down, but I don't. I think it was a rough year for Pittsburgh sports, Leighton. As you know, it was a rough year for Penn State sports, really tough. It was a rough year for Team USA. The women, I was looking forward to the Women's World Cup all year, and they
really drank on all of those. Basically.
Hated, yeah, just not feeling it. So, man,
favorite sports moment, Josh.
I would say.
Oh, I know what my favorite sports moment is. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I was hoping that I would say the U.S. winning the Ryder Cup. Again, Team USA getting beat in all kinds of things. Golf, and I mean, my Steelers stink. I was so excited after the preseason. So is my top highlight of the year like Kenny Pickett's preseason? Maybe.
Might be.
Man. Tell you, it wasn't the Super Bowl. I know that.
Yeah,
It's definitely not the Super Bowl.
yeah. Mine would have to either be
Yeah, Peanut Racing. You know what? I'm taking it. Fan controlled racing. That was my sports highlight of the year.
that makes
That
sense.
was a ton of fun. That was way more fun than I thought
Yeah.
it would be. That was a ton of fun.
I still can smell Phoenix right now. It was fun. That was fun. It was fun to get out there and enjoy that. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
Freddie Emerald, Xavier Watts winning the Bronco Nagurski Trophy is up there. Okay. All right. Jonathan Peck, also Jags come back against the Chargers in the playoffs. That was a really good moment.
Yeah.
That was a great game. Yeah. Catch everything good. Have you guys decided the teams for FC Hoops yet? We have not.
no,
We have not.
but you can watch the instigators.
Yeah,
Oh.
ABA, and you can pick on them in our app. Download the app, fcsc.xyz. This has been fun doing the show with you this year, man. I've had a lot of fun, and look forward to more in 2024 as we go forward. I want to do a 24-hour stream like the week before, like a couple days before we first go live for season 3 of Fan Control Football, like a full 24-hour stream, bringing people in and out.
No showering.
Nothing.
Just
straight through.
Yeah.
Caffeine, alcohol, and buffalo wings just fuel me that whole time. Thank you to all of you guys, the fans, for making it a very fun year. I know we didn't have a ton of sports. We had racing, and we're doing our best behind the scenes to make 2024 just awesome. So stay tuned. Thanks for liking everything. Thanks for taking the picks. Thanks for playing the games. Thanks for being awesome humans. Go out there, tell somebody you love them, text somebody. That stuff kind of matters, especially this time of year.
Yep.
And a special, honestly, congratulations to Leighton Batiste for getting his MBA. Really, a very impressive feat, my friend. Very
appreciate it. No more school.
And a thanks to Jess Samola for being an incredible producer, graphics, being there every time we needed her. She's never said no to anything, which helps us do our job. She's an absolute superstar, megastar, super talent. And so thank you. We love you all. And until 2024, you know what? Don't go back to work today. Just enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Sit in your underwear. Do what you want.
And go Steelers. Thank you, fans, for watching Back to Work with Leighton Batiste and Josh McCouga on the Fan Controlled Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel. If you liked this video, you can check out other videos right here. You can subscribe to the channel, tell all your friends, hit like buttons across all the videos, check out all of our shorts and live